Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty
Hey,
good, pretty good. So I guess let me start by asking you guys. My understanding is you guys are the devs behind Day of Infamy. If you could maybe start by kind of introducing yourselves and maybe what your roles are on the dev team.
Sure. My name is Michael Suras, or Mikey. I am the community manager and voiceover director here at New World. We made Insurgency and Day of Infamy, and Day of Infamy is our latest release in early access. And I've been doing the voiceover direction and writing of it. And I'm here with Jeroen and James. Jeroen, you want to introduce yourself?
yeah, sure. Hello, guys. I'm Jeroen. I'm the level designer for Insurgency, Sandstorm, and Day of Infamy. Yeah, I'm pretty much in charge of all the level designers, making sure that everyone is doing their job.
Yeah, and I'm James. I worked on the AI and cooperative parts of Day of Infamy.
What led you guys to create Insurgency, and then what brought you into creating this new title?
Well, I think with Insurgency, at its inception, Insurgency was Insurgency Modern Infantry Combat. It was a Half-Life 2 mod. It came out in 2007, and it was really well received. And years later, we decided to make it a standalone game in 2014. And it's supposed to go for a more tactical experience, inspired by the likes of older shooters like Rogue Spear, Ghost Recon, or Day of Defeat, oddly enough. and we wanted to make a military shooter that didn't feel like an arcade game, that felt more like something that was a bit slower paced, but maybe not to the extent of something like Operation Flashpoint or Arma. So that was what Insurgency was. And Insurgency came out in 2014. We did very well with it. People really enjoyed it. It was cool to be an indie shooter at that time, and people appreciated all the free content updates that we had going. And eventually we decided ourselves, like, we kind of want to try, like, we want to mod our own game. We want to try something. We want to experiment and see how would World War II feel in our game. So we modded Insurgency to create the Day of Infamy mod, and that was really well received. Like over 10,000 subscribers, many thousands of subscribers on the
Oh wow!
workshop. People really liked it. Yeah, and this is something that we made with our community. We involved the community members, and we got them involved in its creation. And it did so well. We decided, you know what, like. Even Valve came to us and they said, "Hey, this Day of Infamy thing is really cool." It was a pretty obvious nod to the Half-Life 1 mod, Day of Defeat, which
Oh yeah,
Valve
yeah.
took and then made themselves. And they said, "Hey, like, this is really cool. We would support you in making this." And we said, "All right, well, that's a pretty good reason to make it." And
I
it
can't
was
imagine
just
Valve very often says anything, at least from what I've seen. So for them to um, send that line of communication must have been really not just reassuring, but just must have made you guys feel really good.
Oh, absolutely. It was very validating. And it was something that we had considered. Again, we were like, we're going to make this mod to see what happens. It was really well received, and that was just like another push. And we used some of their assets with their permission, some Day of Defeat source assets, which we're slowly replacing. And that helped get Day of Infamy off the ground and into early access so quickly. Day of Infamy only really got made in the mod got made in like a month in December, and we just pushed it out there. We continued to iterate on it, and now here we are, like 8-9 months later. And we released in January on the Steam Workshop, and now it's a standalone game in early access. So it's been quite a crunch. I see J Pac-Man says Day of Defeat was one of my first PC multiplayer experiences, and I love it. It was actually the same for me and a lot of us, really. The first time I ever played an online video game was Day of Defeat on the Omaha level through GameSpy Arcade, if you remember that. And I was like, this is awesome. And the first time I had cable internet, I was playing on Con. And I was like, this is even better. Like half a year or a year later. I see Lothario
Shanty,
says,
yep.
asks a question. How will the devs ensure the game has longevity? A lot of indie games like this will have players for a couple months, and the game will die out, and it will become impossible to find a game. That's true. Yeah, there's a pitfall of a lot of different games, especially those in early access. So it's a good question to ask. We have a good amount of content planned for Day of Infamy. We think that this is just early access, right? And we're going to be adding more maps. We're going to be adding more factions. We're looking into. We're going to be adding more voiceover. Like, these are all things that we're planning on doing because the game's not out yet. Really, this is just an alpha. You can read so at the bottom. So there's a lot more to come, and we don't have all the details on that just yet. Some of it's surprises, but you can expect new stuff like new maps and new content. Again, I was talking earlier about Avalanche. We're going to remake Avalanche, and we're going to have we already have several different original layouts as well, and we're going to try to make them compatible with all our as long as they play well, we're going to make them compatible with our PvP and co-op modes, and that's the way that we create longevity. We did the same for Insurgency. We added a lot of content. We iterated. We got feedback. We changed things. We put stuff in. We took it out if it didn't fit, and it's the same process with Day of Infamy.
So okay, so we're now doing co-op. For those of us who don't know, including myself, what is co-op exactly?
Co-op is a cooperative play where the players are playing against AI. The AI has been programmed by James, who's playing with us right now. So if you get killed, you can thank him. Again, it was built from the ground up. It's totally different from Insurgency. There's 3 different modes. There's Stronghold, where you're attacking bot positions. You're on the offensive. There's Entrenchment, which is you're on the defensive, which is where we are now. And there's Patrol, which is a no respawn, single life kind of mode where you have to patrol the map, and it's a little slower. Right now, it's Omaha Beach, and where the Germans and France is being invaded, so it's high intensity. Those shells are shit. I just died. Those shells are enemy artillery that I believe the AI just called in, didn't they, James?
Yeah, they call it in. It's not a gamey thing.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it is actual literal thing that he finds a radio guy. Something I'll explain to you in a second here. If you want to get a radio medi, I can show you.
Oh yeah, sure.
But the bots actually have to call in the artillery manually, and you can kill them before they do it.
So how do I? Okay, outfit selection, and I want to select what now?
The radio, maybe who could you be? You could be a rifleman, or you could be a support. There's a spot open there.
Oh, I see.
And you go to
And then how do I? What kit does it fall under?
You should see it on a backpack.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'll drop some of these items right there. Here we go. I've got a radio kit now. Apply.
Perfect. Then you hit yep, you got it. Cool. How you doing? So I'm the officer, right? And as the officer, I need to do my job and get guys like you with radios to follow me, and I need to call in artillery to kill the enemy. So it's
I'd be careful out there.
Yeah.
There's the arty coming down.
As you can see from that German soldier right there, he just died. So if you sit next to me, though, here, come over here. I can use your radio, and there, I called in artillery. So now, artillery is going to land on them. Shit.
We got him.
And that should kill them, hopefully. Now, in this mode, we have something called a regroup point. That's what I'm going to go do now. If we run back and get to the regroup point, that'll spawn our dead teammates so they can relieve us.
Oh,
so
I
you
see.
hold the line, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah,
Now,
so
is it anyone can cause a regroup, or?
That's right. Yep. Anybody. Doesn't have to be the officer.
Okay.
But only the officer can call on artillery. That's the way that that mechanic works.
Oh,
And he can call on explosive artillery, smoke artillery, and for the Brits, incendiary, white
Oh
phosphorus.
shit.
Yeah, burns good.
So the AI here is, they are not a joke. They're clearly trying to overrun us and seem to be working together quite well.
Oh yeah, they'll fuck you up, dude. They'll straight fuck you up.
Oh, they're fucking us up right now, right?
I know. I'm fucking dead, dude.
Could you talk to us a little bit about the AI? Like, what I mean, everyone in here has played a game with some level of artificial intelligence in it. But in relation to this game, what kind of key features does the AI have? That make
So
them
most
difficult, I
importantly, they don't cheat at all. All the information they get is what they've heard or what they've seen.
Mhm.
So you can trick the AI, you can like fire a gunshot and then sneak off to, another part of the map, and then you'll see the AI go and investigate where you shot or where he last heard you. So when they walk through like a doorway, for instance, indoors, and they'll actually check left to right and then head forward. So they're not cheating. If you hide in a corner, they'll get you if you're camping.
Right, so they're not gonna just come out of nowhere and just like pop you.
Yeah, but it can seem like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we actually designed it based in Insurgency. You were sort of a elite tactical operator against a sort of inexperienced insurgents, and in this one you're more of a major powers soldier during World War II. So you're going to be fighting enemies that are pretty trained. They know what they're doing. They know how to shoot someone,
Shit.
etc.
Yeah, I just saw one of the AI investigating one of the bunkers. That was, had you not told me this was AI, I probably would not have entirely realized it. I think.
Oh, hey, that's an accomplishment.
It is. Yeah, I saw the flames coming out through the little openings up on the bunker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I had a
that
fun
happens.
time recording those voiceover lines when you get set on fire.
He actually lost his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I recorded. I lost my voice recording voiceover. Not the flamethrower lines, but later on, recording game start and round starts because I'm the voice of the squad leader and of the artillery operator. And again, I wrote all the dialogue and I direct all the other actors. And leading up, I did lose my voice for a little bit because a lot of our voiceover is very intense, and I wanted to make sure to deliver that, and I took it too far one day.
Oh, flamethrower coming down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's real pain in the voice. It's legitimate pain.
Yeah, that is real pain that you hear at some points.
Is it because you were screaming so loud, or like were you guys doing any simulation to like cause actual pain?
Oh, they set me on fire. The team took me down and said, like, all right, listen, Mikey, we're gonna have to hurt you on this one. And I was like, I'll do it, man. It's for the art. I can do it. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up, dude.
And it worked.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
Bayoneted.
Did he stab me?
Yeah.
What the fuck, James? Why did you make him stab me?
It's such a buzzkill when that happens.
I see Naya Side says, asks, is bullet drop a thing in this game? No, we do not have bullet drop in Day of Infamy, or in Insurgency. Bullet drop is not something we need with like the size of our maps. It also helps in regards to like lag compensation and latency. But the main thing is it's not really necessary with the kind of engagements. You're not playing on like huge maps and something like Arma sized, so it doesn't make too much of a difference, and it helps out in regards to other things as well. But I should say, in Insurgency Sandstorm, our upcoming title for Unreal 4 for Xbox One, PS4, and Windows, Mac, Linux, that does have bullet drop. It has realistic. Well, we don't like to say realistic, but it will have real bullets that travel through space and fall and slow down when they penetrate things, etc.,
Oh, wow.
etc.
I'm sorry. What was the name of the title?
I was Insurgency Sandstorm. It's due to come out next year, and that's it's Insurgency on Unreal Engine 4. We're gonna have a story mode with it. We're gonna have Insurgency gameplay that you know and love. We're gonna add new things. We're gonna add vehicles is something we're exploring. Better esports integration, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh wow! Now, so when you say story, is it gonna be like would it be something like this, but there'd be like kind of a narrative cutscene and then one at the end, or like you mean a full-fleshed storyline arc?
Oh, we want to do a full-fledged story. We want to have characters that develop them. We don't just want like a series of multiplayer matches with a narration to it.
Right,
we want to have
right.
characters. We want to actually have a real narrative to it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
We don't have any details on like what we're talking about exactly, but it's what you would expect. It's about a modern insurgency conflict.
Oh, excellent.
But as of now, we don't have too much to share about that. But it will be a story. Maybe not a campaign, but a story.
Mm-hmm. Any plans to bring that to the PC?
Oh yes, that's what I was saying. It's Xbox One, PS4, and
excellent.
Windows, Mac, and Linux. So
Oh, beautiful.
we're hitting all the bases except the Game Boy Color. Unfortunately, we're not going to be title to the Game Boy
Maybe
Color. The
difficult
Game Boy
to afford
Color
for that.
it's a bit difficult. It's wonderful what Nintendo's doing with the Game Boy Color, with the stunning, colorful graphics, but the processing power is just not there for what we want to accomplish with UE4.
Or the controls, I imagine.
The controls are also a difficulty. Vivid says, no Game Boy, fuck this.
Oh shit!
And again, other level designers, hey, if you want to make a level for Day of Infamy, make it. And if it's up to what we want, if it's up to snuff, we're open to including it in the game. So that's, I don't know, it's just the way that we did it in Insurgency. We want to do it here in Day of Infamy as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we're always interested in new maps. So.
oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
Maps are sometimes one of those things that I feel like A game can be great, but if there's not a constant flow of good maps, it starts to weigh on, well, do I really want to play this again? I feel like every map I play, I've overplayed it. On the flip side, you have a lot of maps, but they're crap. Well, now it's hard to find a server. Or
you gotta hit the right points. You gotta have some diversity. I don't know, Jeroen, do you want to actually, maybe you can talk a little bit about your influence in directing the level design of Day of Infamy? The differences in the maps that we have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have some maps, of course, from the mod, but we actually they were like Dog Red and Bestowed. But we actually, we didn't like put them just in, just copy paste, but we really like went back to the drawing board and.
What's that, Jeroen?
I think
you
we
said
may
you
have
went back
lost
to the drawing board, and then I think we lost you.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh, we lost you again, Jeroen. Oh, please share this anecdote with us.
What's happening here?
I don't know. Are you minimizing the program? Because it kind of fucks with you a little bit if you do.
No, I have the client, so I should be fine.
Oh yeah.
I try again. So we went back to the drawing board for those maps for Bestone and Dog Red, and we really looked at like what can we change to make them better. And one of the things was of course gameplay, because gameplay is the most important thing. There's always like, it goes way above art, because you can have the best art, but if the gameplay is not like fun, then nobody will play it anymore. They will just look at the graphics like, oh yeah, that is really amazing map. And then they say like, the gameplay is not fun, so why should I play this still?
Yeah, what's the point? Please go ahead.
And then we have some more like original maps, like Sicily and Ortona, and also Comacchio. And the funny part is for Sicily, we used actually Verticality, our insurgency map, and pretty much took the layout. And our CEO actually worked on the blockout. He changed the layout to more like fit into Day of Infamy. And at the time we weren't really sure about the name. It was just like, well, it's a fun map to play, and now we have to give it a name. So we came up with Sicily because, Sicily is an interesting place, and Italy. And for Comacchio, Comacchio is based on Ramel from Day of Defeat. Like, it's very heavily inspired by that. But we still we didn't want to do like a one-on-one copy of the remakes. We really want to do something different. So we looked at each map and we're like, well, what's like the soul of this map? Why is like Khan? What makes Khan? What makes like Ramel such amazing map? And why it's so famous? And we really took those elements and we put those like for Comacchio, because it's based on Ramel. We put those in Comacchio, but also Ortona is heavily inspired by Khan, the classic DoD map. So that's pretty interesting. I know a lot of people are like, when are you guys going to do a Khan remake? But we actually already have it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We didn't want to do. We wanted to put a spin on it. We wanted it to be different. We want to have original maps, and we didn't just want it to be, a copy. And that's our goal right now, is to get in some interesting, fun maps that are recreations, not necessarily direct ports. Honestly, direct ports wouldn't feel that good from a Half-Life 1 mod, And on that topic, like I was saying earlier, Avalanche. Everybody, I don't know. I remember Avalanche. I think a lot of Day of Defeat players remember Avalanche. It was often played, and that's something else that we want to put in, a recreated, an Avalanche-inspired map is the next thing we're working on, and we're going to be testing our beta branch with our community.
Between now and release, what sort of things are you guys focusing on? Because it feels pretty. It feels very. Yeah. It doesn't feel like an early access game. It feels much better than that.
Thank you. It's we did want to give people that impression. Like, how often do you play an early access game on Steam and you're like, oh, there's not much here. I'm gonna have to come back in like 8 to 12 months. And we didn't want people to think that when they played this. We want people to think, wow, there's all this good content here. They've got a great base, and there's going to be even more, And so, hopefully that's how people feel. We do want to add more content. We want to add more maps, more characters, and voiceover. Maybe get some of the community involved in creating, putting in some of their maps, as I was talking about before. And that's all stuff that we're exploring right now, and also just plainly like balancing. We just put out like how many patches did we put out in the past month? I think like 3 patches, and
Oh wow.
we added a new weapon. We added the P-out launcher for the Commonwealth, which we're playing as here. We improved the flamethrower. We made a bunch of different balance changes, because we're reading the forums, and now it's not just our team playing it; everybody's playing it, so we can make better decisions, hearing everybody's feedback.
I'm a big fan of early access, despite all the. So literally every Sunday, I'll play maybe, I don't know, anywhere from like 8 to 10 titles between indie and early access, and most of them, a lot of indie games tend to now be early access first. Anything that's more than just a simple game, anything that's like 3D, whatever shooter, they tend to be early access. And there's a lot of crap out there. But I still love it because, like you said, it's a platform to let people experiment. Unfortunately, a lot of times people take advantage of the experimentation.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's
Yes.
nothing Steam can really do, because if they become quality control, then all of a sudden there will be problems that prop up, like, well, Valve didn't approve my game even though people are interested in it, etc. But
Yeah, it is a shame that that's an issue, like the ambiguity of like, I'm gonna buy this game and kind of hope it becomes what I want it to be. It is something that people should definitely keep in mind. But from our perspective, like, early access was awesome. Insurgency had a Kickstarter, and it failed, didn't get funded. Valve reached out to us. We got in touch with them about early access, and it was an opportunity that they said we could try, and we did it. We were one of the first waves of games that had early access, and we hit it. And we were in early access for maybe 8 or 9 months, I think, with Insurgency. And then we released, and we continued to add stuff to the game. And throughout early access, the game changed tremendously. Even throughout full release, it changed tremendously. And that was all because we had a basis. We had a basis that people, like, we get exposed to people, is what I mean.
Right. And then you can look at where are the pain points and then iterate on those.
There's there, I put it 4 times.
Oh, is this guy? Okay,
Scroll
new
down
patch released.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that is
Pretty good, right?
That is pretty cool.
You know what my favorite part is? The feet. Check out the feet.
Yeah.
And there's a bone sticking out of the forearm and one of the hands. Ugh.
Oh man,
It's good stuff.
So
When
this
Gabriel was working on this, he's yeah.
I'm guessing this is from like gun wounds and explosions and.
Yeah, it's to be determined. This is primarily from explosions. Maybe certain guns will do this. We're not sure yet, but definitely from explosions, bazookas, grenades, and artillery especially.
Oh, that is cool.
And that's going to be pretty cool.
It's anatomically accurate.
Yeah, again, like our character artist Gabriel, who worked on this, he he was like looking up pictures of reference while he was doing this, because he's an artist, and just like the most gruesome shit you could think of in the ER, in the ICU, and hospitals. So we had to avoid his monitor for a little bit, and he'd be like, "Guys, come check this out."
I just looked up all these gory photos.
Yeah, look at this man doesn't have the lower part of his torso. Oh, that's great, Gabriel. Just
let us know when it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone asked in chat, how easy was it? Is there any plans to release on the Mac? And if not, why is it so difficult? And I guess the reason I ask that is because I'm sure some people might think it's you push a button or something. I'm just
right. Yeah, and we do actually plan on having Mac support.
Oh,
we already have Linux. It's not totally 100%, but Linux does build. Like, it built, and you can play it on Linux. It's kind of, we don't guarantee support for that.
Okay.
Mac, I can't say when, but it is something that we do intend to have. Yes, just like Insurgency.
Now,
Mac,
is it
Linux,
difficult to
Windows.
port to the Mac? And I'm asking this as a
Not on Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is, for future titles, it's all very easy. It's all integrated into the editor. But Source actually does have support for Mac since I think Portal 2. Could be wrong.
Oh wow, okay. Any thoughts on destructible environments?
That's one that we do get pretty often. It's difficult to do in Source with the way like the levels work, and Jeroen could speak more to that, I think. But also, I think something that people don't realize is destructible environments, especially in like a close quarters infantry focused game, you could ruin good level design if like the house just isn't there anymore. You know what I mean? Then it's just an open field, and that's one of the pitfalls of destructible environments. So it's a gameplay thing, and it's also an engine thing. We don't have support for that. Maybe in some small capacity, we've talked about having it, but not to the extent that some people might expect.
Yeah, it's also a performance thing. So yeah, because if you can blow up an entire building, the source is not made for that. So yeah,
Right.
it's something we're looking into, but yeah, we're not sure yet.
It'd be a very, I imagine, you'd have to be doing a lot of custom stuff.
It might come
tying
out a
something
little.
onto it.
It might come out feeling a little, because the engine doesn't have great support for it. It might
Mhm.
come out feeling a little janky.
Right,
Might
right.
be
That makes
the
sense.
right word. It depends.
Well, hey guys, I really appreciate you guys joining us. This was a ton of fun. I love the game, and I can't wait to see what else you guys are going to be adding to it. And I'm even more. I'm really looking forward to that new insurgency game that you guys kind of hinted towards.
Oh yeah.
I want more.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We're very. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't just yet. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. We're working on a lot of cool stuff in Day of Infamy, Insurgency Sandstorm. So please just be excited, everybody. Thank you for your interest. And,
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mehdi, for having us on here. And taking
Well,
the
thank
time.
you for joining
Yeah,
us.
We can
It
do
was
it
a
again
pleasure.
sometime.
Absolutely.
Thank
Hey, whenever
thank you.
whenever you guys have if you have some massive update for Day of Infamy, or you've got you're ready to talk more about your new Insurgency game, the Insurgency Sandstorm. Definitely drop me an email because I would love to see it and hear about it and play it and you know.
Absolutely, we'd be happy to share. Yeah, we'll definitely be in touch in regards to all that stuff.
Awesome.
And thank you again. I really appreciate it. And thanks, chat, for all your questions. If you don't mind, if I mention our social media, is that okay?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Cool. Well,
Feel free to link it as well too.
Yeah, I see Ripper is linked to the store page. Yeah, Dave Infamy is $20 if you liked what you saw, baby. Then you can check it out. It's an early
Boom,
access
right there, boys.
on Steam. I'm trying to keep it sexy like the girls, in the gambling streams that you do.
Right.
I was watching a little bit before, and yeah. So if you if you check that out, it's $20. It's in early access. We do developer live streams at twitch.tv/newworld, all one word.
Oh, nice.
Feel free to check it out. You can follow us at Day of Infamy Game, at Insurgency Game on Twitter, and check out all that stuff. I'll throw a couple links in the chat too.
I should. Oh, what's your chat name? Just so I can have someone.
Oh, that's
permit you.
just New World, like all one word, New World.
Whoa,
Dev watching the stream. Yeah, I was checking it out. I was checking out your stream. I don't know much about playing cards, but it was interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's less about playing cards nowadays. It seems, at least for
Just
me.
being silly. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you're being an entertainer, and that's fine too.
Okay, so this is there we go.
There you go. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, and guys, as far as I'm concerned, one of the this definitely hits a nostalgic note for me, and once again, one of the most complete early access titles on EA release, I guess, that I've seen. So the game is very, very. I hate to use the word complete just because I know you guys are adding stuff, but it's very functional and very complete in the sense that if you guys shut down, let's hope that doesn't happen or whatever. But if let's just say a fucking asteroid comes down and
directly on our office,
directly on the office,
of all the places to land,
it will. At least you'll be walking away with a game that's worth what it's selling for, as opposed to
exactly.
a boatload of other stuff out there.
And thank you for saying that, because it is important that people feel the same way, that we did deliver some sort of base right out the gate.
All right, guys, thank you once again. I hope let's stay in touch, and we'll definitely talk more in the future. Hey guys, I hope you liked that clip. If you want to see more awesome content, be sure to hit subscribe. And let me know what you think by hitting the like button or, leaving a comment down below. Catch you later.